Discussion question 7 asked us how to use 4 different types of reasoning to help convince our audience with persuasive speech. So the 4 different ways in which you will persuade your audience is through inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, causal reasoning, and reasoning by analogy. When we consider inductive reasoning, we really think about specific examples that we would be trying to have the audience consider. And so when we're looking at the specific examples, the reasoning would begin with that specific example. It would go to a more general conclusion, and then therefore the goal of that reasoning would be that you wanted to help them discover something new, or discover something new about the topic that you're talking about. So an example I would give on inductive reasoning would be, since implementing a 4-way stop in our local community, we have seen speeding offenses decline. Other communities who have a speeding problem may find the same result. So what's important to note about inductive reasoning is that the answer might be probable or not probable. And therefore, you need to keep an open mind as far as when you're looking at a speaker and how they're using this particular type of reasoning, and determine for yourself whether or not the specific example has enough relevance to the type of inductive reasoning that they're trying to do. When we talk about deductive reasoning, right, we will give the example basically that a small business who employs a more diverse experience, more diverse talent experience, will see quicker growth. And so using deductive reasoning, one would then say, well, ABC company is a small business and is lagging in growth, so we should employ a more diverse talent. So you can see there with deductive reasoning, you start with more of a general statement, like a general fact and figure. Then you go to actual specific conclusion. So specific conclusion in this one is that ABC company will see growth because of implementing a diverse talent. And really, your goal of the reasoning is to kind of link the two conclusions together based upon what is known and accepted and what is not known or not accepted. When we look at causal reasoning, however, we are looking at something a little bit different. So again, we're starting with something known, and that particular statement kind of starts us off with our reasoning, and then we're actually going to be speculating about something unknown. Okay, and then obviously the result of this, or the idea that you're trying to convey with causal reasoning, is that it is likely or obviously not likely that these two things are related. Right? So an example of causal reasoning would be, since colleges and universities have mandated foreign language classes for business students, we've seen more interest in the international business degree. So then you make your conclusion. So requiring students to study foreign language has resulted in their interest of international business. So again, you make a very general statement, something that's known, but then you're trying to link it with something that you don't necessarily know if there's a conclusion there. And which is that their interest in international business has gone up because of the foreign language requirement. You don't know that to be true. And then finally, we have reasoning by analogy, which is a really interesting one. So it takes kind of a little bit of everything that we've learned so far within the other 3 and combines it. So it's what you know about subject A, and it's what you know about subject B, and how those two particular subjects are similar or different, and if they are interrelated somehow, or if the outcomes should be the same because of their similarities or their differences, right? So an example of this is if I was trying to persuade one of my friends to take on another TV show and start watching the TV show Timeless, I would say, hey, I know you love history and conspiracy theories, so I really think you should watch Timeless with me. Because Timeless is a history show based upon conspiracies, right? So I'm taking two things that are relatively different, right, and drawing conclusions based upon them, and then trying to use it in an argument to persuade my friend to start watching Timeless. So those are the 4 different ways in which we can reason and try to persuade at the same time. Thank you so much.